aka Teacup JoJo. Good to have you with me today. So today I am going to show you how to make this gorgeous Trinity stitch, and I love it. It's almost sort of flower-like in its appearance, and named the Trinity stitch because each stitch has these kind of 3 legs. So let me show you the one that I'm already working on. This one here I have started working on in a different colour, and it is just gorgeous. The texture, if you can see this on camera, the texture is just amazing. I absolutely love it, and it's completely reversible because we're making alternate rows, sort of one this way and then one this way, so it's completely reversible and it's very simple once you get started. So let me show you how to make it. Okay, I know you like to know what we're using. So I'm using Drops Paris. This is 100% cotton yarn, and is an Aran or worsted weight yarn, a number 4 category. It does recommend a 5mm hook, but I'm using a 4.5mm hook today because it gives me a denser fabric. Okay, it will be more open if you use a bigger hook. Okay, so it depends how you want your fabric to look and whether you want it more loose or not. So I'm using a 4.5mm hook. Okay, and I will be using the US terms for this. I will try and actually I was going to say I will try and tell you UK terms, but actually the only things you need to know are chain. Chain is universal, and then we're going to do single crochets, which is a double crochet in the UK terms. So single crochet, which is a UK double, and then more chains. So if I say single crochet 3 together, then for UK terms that's a double crochet 3 together, and that is it. Single crochet in US terms or double crochet in UK terms. That's it. So let's get started. So you can't really use the chainless foundation stitch for this because you need to alternate your stitches a little. So what we're going to do first of all is you want multiples of 2, or an even number. So for mine, which is roughly 6 inches, I have 24. So I started with a chain of 25. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to do a chain of 25. Okay, so you could do this as a tiny little square for a tiny little washcloth, like face full of scrubby, or you could do it as a huge blanket. So you could do 12, you could do 250, but remember, once you've got your even number, to add one more chain on for the turning chain. Okay, so to start, we are going to do a single crochet or UK double in the second chain from the hook. So not the one on the hook, not the first one, but the second one. Okay, single crochet into there. And as most of you probably know, if you've watched any of my videos, I like to go into the bump at the back and keep a nice neat edge along the front, but it doesn't matter, you can go into it however you like. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a croaky throat tonight. So you're going to single crochet. Okay, so we are going to now do the Trinity stitch part, which is a single crochet 3 together, or double crochet 3 together if you're using UK terms. So we're going to go into the very same stitch that we just did our single crochet in, so the very same stitch, chain, yarn over and pull through. Go into the next chain, yarn over and pull through, and then into the third chain along, yarn over, pull through. You should now have 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all 4 loops. Okay, so you have this, your first stitch, and then these 4 loops from this stitch here, and then do a chain. Try not to do your chain too small or you'll have a job to get into it on the next row. Okay, so then we're going to do that again, another one of these single crochet 3 togethers, so into the same stitch that you just came out of, this very same chain. Okay, go into there, yarn over, pull through, into the next chain, yarn over, pull through, and then the third chain along, yarn over, pull through, 4 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 4, and then chain 1. Okay, so we're always going to go into the last chain or stitch, into the last chain that we used. Okay, always into the last chain we used, apart from the very last stitch we make. So we're going to do that again, so into that last chain we used, yarn over, pull through, into the next chain, yarn over, pull through, and a third time into the next chain, yarn over, pull through, and don't get your yarn in a tangle. Yarn over and pull through all 4 loops, and then do a chain. Okay, so what's remaining at the top for these is, camera focus, we have a top of the stitch and then we have a chain. So we've got our first stitch and then a chain, so first stitch and then, sorry, and then our single crochet 3 together, and then a chain, and then our stitch, chain and stitch, and then here we've got our last chain. Okay, so again into that last chain we used, yarn over, pull through, into the next chain, yarn over, pull through, and into the next chain, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through all 4 loops, and that's your single crochet 3 together, and then a chain 1. Okay, and you're going to continue this all the way to the end of your row, and when you've done this, so remember to start in the last chain you used, and then when you get to the end you should have 1 chain left. Okay, and in that last chain you're just going to make a single crochet. So work along until you get nearly to the end, and then I'll join you to finish off this row. Okay, to finish this row 1, we have done our last single crochet 3 together, and then we're going to chain 1 and then just do a single crochet in the very last chain. Okay, and that, oops, my yarn's caught there, and that is the end of row 1. Gorgeous. But you can't really see the pattern too well there. You don't get these kind of knobbly bits on just one row. So these, my camera picks it up, these knobbly bits that I love, you don't get that with just one row. So let's move on to row 2. So chain 1, turn your work around, and you're going to do this every row now. Every row is exactly the same, so it's very easy to learn. So chain 1 and then do a single crochet in the very first stitch, and then we're going to do our single crochet 3 together. Remember, you're going to go into the last stitch you used, so we're going to go into this stitch we've just used, yarn over and pull through, and then we're going to go under this chain. Now this is where I said, depending on how tight you've done your chains, depends how easily you will get your hook through there. So you may need to just give it some encouragement. So yarn over, pull through, and then into that stitch, yarn over, pull through. 4 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 4. Like so. And chain 1. Then we're going to do that again, so into the same stitch. You know how to do these stitches by now if you've just done the previous row. To do your single crochet 3 together, and then chain 1, and that's it. That is the Trinity stitch. So in the same stitch you've just used, start another single crochet 3 together. Again, if you've got a tight chain, just encourage your hook through, and like so, chain 1. So start in the same stitch, another single crochet 3 together, and chain 1, just like so. It is that simple yet so effective. Okay, so I'm going to do that again. Remember, always starting in the same stitch that you just came out of, and chain 1. So let me just do a few more of these with you. In the same stitch. I think I would probably just work to the end of the row with you. So same stitch, single crochet 3 together, and chain 1. Same stitch, single crochet 3 together, you can use any yarn you like for this. You could use a really fine weight yarn, you could use a really heavyweight yarn, depending on what you want to make it for. You could literally use any yarn and hook you desire for this. This is literally just a stitch pattern. This is not, you know, making anything in particular, although in my case I'm making dishcloths, which is why I'm making them in cotton, so that they are compostable and environmentally friendly. So yeah, you could use any yarn or hook you desire. It's completely up to you how you make this. Bear in mind that the yarn and hook you use will vary how this looks entirely. It can make it look so different. But there you go, that is how simple this stitch is, but it is so pretty. I love it. And you can see we've started getting these little knobbly bits now. So what we do is, as we alternate from sort of working on one side to the other side, we get these knobbly bits. So we don't have any on the back at the moment, but the next time we work our row, we will get those on the back. So it's nice and reversible, and it's just got so much texture. This is cotton, but it's got so much sort of texture to it. I absolutely love it. So that's how that looks. Let me show you one in progress part way. This is one that I was working on earlier, and it's just gorgeous. Love it. So have a go, and I can't wait to see what you've made with these. If you are on Instagram, then tag me. I am Teacup JoJo on Instagram, or you can hashtag Teacup JoJo as well. I think I'm the only Teacup JoJo on Instagram, I'm not sure, but you can certainly get me on there, or leave me a message below. Would be great. So if you found this useful and helpful, you like the look of this, you've enjoyed the video and some help with making this stitch today, then please click that like button, give us a thumbs up and share the love. I really do appreciate it. It's really helpful and helps me know that you've been watching. And if you've got this on a big wide screen, there is also the function I've just discovered that you can sort of scroll the screen up slightly, and there is the thumbs up and thumbs down are there at the bottom, which I've just recently discovered. So even if you set it to large screen, you can just use your finger and scroll it up slightly, and then underneath those suggested videos there is the thumbs up and thumbs down there. So no excuses. Leave me a comment below, let me know you've been here. It's always lovely to know that you've been watching. So yeah, and click that subscribe button as well if you haven't, and then you'll know when the next video is out. Apologies, there hasn't been one for a while. I've been a bit poorly and sort of suffering with this British heat and humidity, and generally not so good, but I'm okay, not too bad now. So there we go. Do click that subscribe, share the video, let your friends know, and come and join me next time. Take care, until next time. Just keep hooking and don't let your tea get cold.